Hey KU football fans, welcome to a post-game edition of KU Sports Extra. I'm Benton Smith, joined by Tom Keegan. We're here at Memorial Stadium where we saw this afternoon the Jayhawks hoping, praying for a win finally after going 7 straight without one against winless Baylor. Didn't work out that way. Baylor gets its first victory of the season and pretty much won on every level, offense, defense, special teams. I mean, KU just struggled.
Yeah, the special teams weren't much of an issue, although on the one play, I think they called a timeout because they had only 10 players on the field. But this, you really did think this was going to be a competitive game, just because Baylor is in, kind of rebuild mode with a new coach, some players left after the scandal. You would have thought that if they were going to ever sustain progress that they showed one week and take it into the next, this was going to be it. It didn't happen.
Yeah, Baylor, I think, opened as about a 10-point favorite in this game on KU's home field. Easily took care of that, 38-9.
It went down to 7.5 because the betting public just couldn't believe that that was accurate for a winless team, and it turns out it was.
Yeah, Carter Stanley didn't give the kind of sparks that he kind of showed against K-State, and I mean, what was the biggest issue for him? Just inaccuracy, or?
I think it was inaccuracy, yeah, because he moves his feet well, he can extend plays, he can scramble, but it just seems like a lot of his throws were off the mark, a little high, a little low. Steven Sims was getting open, but he just was not throwing clean ball today.
Yeah, Carter Stanley ends up 17 for 33 with 1 interception, just 155 yards. Didn't really make an impact as a runner either. Probably one of the got-to-be more disappointing things for this offense is that Khalil Herbert looked like he might be on the verge of a big game, but never really got involved. He ends up with 10 carries for 72 yards, had a long one of 43, and you thought, oh, yeah, this might be one of those Khalil Herbert days.
Yeah, and I guess they got behind and decided to stay with the pass. He does look better, though. That should help the rest of the way if the blocks are there. Tough schedule the rest of the way, though.
Yeah, we're looking at Texas next week, followed by the home finale against Oklahoma, and then at Oklahoma State. That's what KU has left. So a 1-11 season looks, like it's not only in play, it's almost a certainty by the way the team played today.
Yeah, I would think so. Texas is much improved from last year. But the players, it's not like they'll go into Austin feeling like, well, they got no shot. They beat this team. A lot of the same players back for both teams, some new players, but it's not like they are going down there thinking they got no shot, but it doesn't look good for this team to be able to do better than 1-11 this year.
Maybe one of the more surprising things today was the KU defense. It seemed like they were coming around, and you end up Charlie Brewer in his first career start, freshman quarterback, goes 23 for 29, 315 yards and 3 touchdowns. Really picked on Kyle Mayberry, who ended up playing a lot because Shaquille Taylor suffered an injury early on in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they knew he was a good runner. They hadn't seen him pass this well. Smith, the guy who started the year at quarterback, has a bad shoulder, wasn't able to play, and Brewer showed why they recruited him. He was terrific.
KU enters next week at the very bottom of the Big 12 standing. They'll be 0-6 with 3 Big 12 games left, and like we just said, those last 3 games, they're not going to be anywhere close to easy. So a winless Big 12 record is definitely in play in Beatty's 3rd season after he had 1 win in his 2nd year, and obviously an 0-12 season in his first.